quote, I'm absolutely not okay with him applying for probation. I just want him to go to jail forever, if possible. I get scared to go to sleep because I have really bad dreams. I get scared to be alone with certain people because I never know what could happen. He's an egregious violator of the law.
Court is calling 2022 CR 6930, State of Texas versus Pete Garcia. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Is that done for the state, Your Honor?
Defense?
Daniel De La Garza for the...
Right away, the prosecution is building a pattern argument, not just focusing on the current charge, but stacking years of prior criminal history to show why probation might be a bad bet. And here's the key question. If someone has already been given multiple second chances, at what point does the court decide enough is enough?
For the defendant.
And are you Mr. Garcia? You entered a plea on December 5th to count 1 of guilty. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. The state is opposing your application. They're taking in consideration 2023 CR 8852 and 2023 CR 8851. And there is to be restitution, if any, to the complainants in each of those cause numbers. No contact with the complainant, and Chapter 62 compliance. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is one of those moments that can completely change a sentencing hearing. Notice how the victim isn't talking about the past offense itself. She's describing the lasting impact years later. PTSD, nightmares, fear of being alone. In court, emotional harm often carries just as much weight as physical evidence when a judge is deciding punishment.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, are there any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Not from the state, Your Honor.
All right, State, you are opposed.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state would just like to begin. When looking at the PSI, this individual had cases out of, I believe it's Manatee County, Florida, put on probation for a drug offense, 28 grams to 150 kilograms.
Just 1 second, I'm sorry. Probation?
Yes, Judge.
On this case, I don't have the PSI report in the email.
Judge, my apologies.
That's okay. All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now things get risky for the defense. The moment a defendant takes the stand, they gain an opportunity to show remorse directly to the judge, but they also open themselves up to cross-examination. One wrong answer can undo everything their attorney has been trying to build.
This individual was placed on probation on 2 different occasions out of Manatee County, Florida, once in 2006 for 28 grams to 150 kilograms of cocaine charge. Also 2007 out of Manatee County, Florida for use of investment proceeds from racketeering. That's 2 separate instances of probation outside of the state of Texas. Within the state, within Barrett County, there was, this individual was transferred to TDC and sentenced in 2019 with tampering of a government record. Also 2019, unauthorized use of a motor propelled vehicle. Again, sentence transferred to TDC on both of those. The victim...
From a defense perspective, this is the central argument: rehabilitation. Garcia isn't denying responsibility here. He's asking the court to look at who he is now rather than who he was years ago. But here's the dilemma judges face every day. Should sentencing focus on a defendant's recent progress or on the harm caused to victims who are still suffering?
In the credit card abuse case, said in the PSI, quote, I'm not okay with probation. I want him to do time. I'm sure he will do it to someone else. I don't think probation is the solution. He will do it again. He will do this to someone else. The victim in the fraudulent use or possession of an ID case said, quote, I'm absolutely not okay with him applying for probation. I just want him to go to jail forever, if possible. He is an egregious violator of the law. So that's with respect to those 2 cases, Your Honor, that were taken into consideration. And the instant case, the indecency with a contact, as mentioned in the STIPs, a short 2 or 3 sentences from the report. Juvenile Jalissa Leone told her mother that Pete Garcia fondled her breast and nipples on 10 separate occasions. She stated the incidents occurred when she was while Pete Garcia resided at the residence.
And there it is, the decision Garcia was hoping to avoid. Once the judge denies probation, conversation shifts dramatically. This is no longer about whether he'll stay free. It's about how much prison time he's going to receive. The defense's best case scenario just disappeared in a single sentence.
Juvenile Jalissa Leon did tell one of the interviewers that it never went further than that, but that Pete Garcia told her, quote, "Don't tell your mother," when the incidents occurred. Your Honor, in the PSI, this would be victim number 3, Your Honor, again, with respect to the indecency. When questioned, that victim said, if you just give the state one quick moment, Your Honor. Again, victim Jalissa Leon said, quote, "I want him to take some accountability. I don't want probation for him. I suffer from really bad PTSD now because of this incident. I get scared to go to sleep because I have really bad dreams. I get scared to be alone with certain people because I never know what could happen." And Your Honor, I think
8 years, maximum sentence allowed under the plea agreement. Despite Garcia's job, mortgage, and claims of turning his life around, the judge ultimately sided with accountability and victim impact over rehabilitation. And that's what makes sentencing hearings so fascinating. They're not just about what happened. They're about what consequences justice requires today. Do you think the judge got this one right? Or should Garcia have received another chance through probation? Let us know in the comments.
the word there that, of course, sticks out to me from the victim in our case, the indecency, the incident case, I should say, is that accountability. And to kind of, in summation, if you will, Your Honor, the final point is when the defendant, speaking to the accountability, when the defendant was questioned about why he feels he should be granted probation, he told them, quote, "I need to continue with the life I was living." Well, the life he was living, Your Honor, caused all of this harm in Bexar County alone, and of course criminal offense.